gonna do a quick live today. Maybe on again later. Not sure. Not sure what I got going on. But I figured I have like 20, 30 minutes before I gotta go somewhere. So yeah, why not go live? Trying to think, did I go live? Yeah, I went live yesterday. Yeah, I actually have free time for the next week, so gonna be able to do this more often. What's up, Zachariah? How's everything? What's up, Just When Human? How's everyone doing? Is the audio better? Because I have my AirPods in, so I wonder if that makes the audio better. If it doesn't, then it's not a big deal. But we should take these. You're bored as hell currently? That's why I'm streaming, man. I had a feeling you were bored. You're at your grandma's house right now? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Sometimes I feel like grandma's house can either be fun or boring. Depends what's going on. Oh, change the lighting too. Hold on, it'll be lit up in a second. What are you reading now? I'm probably gonna finish it today, but it's Animal Farm. I'm like halfway through. It's pretty interesting so far. The allegory is really cool. Why are you calling me egg? You're so mean to me. I can't believe it. I'm gonna take away your mod just from that. Just because how mean you are to me. Can't believe you. All animals are equal, but some animals are equal. I haven't got to that part yet. Don't spoil it, don't spoil it. I legit have not read it ever. This is my first time reading it. Today I picked up, what did I pick up? I picked up Animal Farm, Catcher in the Rye, and then Frankenstein. I've read a part of Frankenstein. I was supposed to finish it, but I never did. And I really liked Catcher in the Rye when I was younger, but now I want to read it and see if I like it more or like it less. What time is it for you right now? 7:55. Are you Mr. Clean? Yeah. This is my side hustle. During the week, I clean things, but for the rest of the time, this is what I do. Animal Farm is so good. Yeah, it's really interesting so far. I want to finish it tonight. Please, if anyone spoils it, I'm gonna get so angry. Oh no. You're sorry. Why are you sorry? Finishing How to Win Friends and Influence People. Hopefully I'll read Blood Meridian after. I heard Blood Meridian is really good. I've never read it, but that's probably something I'll read at some point. But How to Win Friends and Influence People. I actually just did a video about that today, I think. Yeah, I filmed something today talking about how to win friends and influence people. But I hate how good that book is. Like that book is like everything you need to know about communications in that book, and it's just a matter of listening to it and working on the skills. Because the reason I say I don't like how good that book is because it's not fun to read. Today's your birthday and you're in the ER. Happy birthday, man. I hope you get better. Hope you get out of there and hopefully celebrate your birthday pretty soon. Hospital is a terrible place to have a birthday. I know you're gonna be on the meds. That sucks, man. We're all you're all in our prayers. Taylor's your middle name. Taylor's mod. Uh, See, I can't just if I see him again, I will give it to him. But dude, I feel like I've given out too many mods where I'm like, this is a bad idea because I don't want people to just start randomly banning people. It's happened in the past. Yeah, come back tomorrow, Taylor. We'll give you a mod if I see you again. I just get scared to like just give it out freely because one time I did and then it was a bad decision. You'll be here tomorrow? Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna stream the same time, but I'll hopefully see you. Hopefully you're out of the hospital by then too. I'm so nice to you. You're not nice to me. You insult me every single day. Every single time I stream, I just get the same insult from you. How are you nice to me? What about that makes you nice? If anything, you're just mean to me all the time. I do not. Yes, you do. You know you do. You just you're my number one hater. Like you may be my like a mod, but you're still my number one hater. Should I go buy more books or read the books I actually have? It depends. So, how many books do you have that you haven't read? Because I think it's not a bad idea to get a bunch of books because it's a great feeling to finish one book and then pick another one up. So if you have books that you haven't read already, then it's fine. You can go get other books. But when you have like 50, 60 that you haven't read, like me right now, don't go buy more books. That's the caveat. It depends how many you have. If you have a few and you're like, oh, I'll get to this eventually. But right now, I'm at the point where the more books I buy, it'll be like a year or two before I get to some of these other books. And that's the worst feeling when you have a book for like a year, 6 months, and you read it and you're like, why didn't I read this sooner? That's the thing. But I would also say there are certain books that I'm glad I waited to read because had I read it at the time, I might not understand it. I might not like it as much. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that I know I'm gonna read eventually. Like I've had the Bhagavad Gita for like I want to say like 4 months now, and I know I'm gonna read it eventually. It's just I don't want to right now. Same thing with like I bought Dante's Inferno, the Divine Comedy. I bought that, and I'm not gonna read it for a while, but I have it when I do want to. That's the thing. That's a great one. Which one? Was it you telling me to read that? I can't remember. Too many, but I keep finding new interest. Yeah, that's the problem too. Because when I like a subject, I'll read all up on it, and then I get bored with it, and then I don't want to pick it up again for a while. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I remember. I think it was. I remember you telling me to read it. I just haven't got to it yet. Like for whatever reason, I'm just. I don't know. I was up last night at like 1 o'clock trying to read, and I'm like, why can't I read? Why is it not fun? And I realized I was just reading something very like granular, something very um, like very involved, where I couldn't just let my mind just relax. I had to like focus, and I was like, I don't feel like reading this right now. So I'm gonna shift to more like simple books, more books that are more fun for the time being. We'll see how that goes, but yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to finish this one. I'm like low key pissed I never read this because I feel like I would have loved this when I was younger. There's so many books that um, like I saw other people read that I wish I actually read when I was younger. But when I was a senior in high school, I realized that my teacher, she made us read Crime and Punishment. She made us read Kafka. She made us read who else? I think she made us read Camus as well. And I really didn't appreciate it at the time, but now I'm like, I'm kind of happy I got introduced to Dostoevsky so young because like now I like, not, like I knew I would like him eventually. So now I've been like going back and exploring his ideas again. We've been listening to some horror audiobooks off YouTube. There's a lot of good ones. Yeah, dude, YouTube has a lot of audiobooks. It's actually like, it's such a nice resource because, I mean, I have YouTube Premium. I don't know if people may have ad blockers. I'm not gonna talk about that, but I have YouTube Premium. So one, I can turn my phone off so I can listen to it at the gym, and two, I don't have any ads. So it's like YouTube's so nice when you don't have ads. You can just listen to audiobooks. Brazil, okay. I just picked up Frankenstein as well. That's considered horror, right? It was in the horror section. I think I need to start. I can't speak. I think I need to read H.P. Lovecraft at some point. Apparently, his stuff's really interesting. Like there's certain authors, there's certain books that I've heard that like when you hear a book that's constantly talked about, when you hear something like an author that's constantly mentioned by people that you like, it's usually worthwhile to go pick up that author as well. Because if it influenced someone you like, then it's probably something similar. I read The Temple last week. It's a short story by him. It's really good. Okay. Yeah, I heard Robert Anton Wilson talking about it, and I was like, man, I probably should pick this up because, dude, Robert Anton Wilson, that dude's something else. He's so interesting. All his books that I've read so far are really good. I need to read his fiction because I'm sure that's going to be insane as well. He's pretty off the wall with a lot of his stuff. What music are you into right now? I don't really like music. Um, or let me change that. I don't like modern music. I don't. It just doesn't sound appealing to me. I like. Honestly, I've been listening to a lot of MF Doom recently. I love MF Doom, dude. That his stuff's just so weird, so out there that like, of course, I would like it. I really like the Beatles, obviously, because it's just so unique. Same thing as Jimi Hendrix, Sinatra. I love stuff like that. I don't know. Like, there's definitely good music that's out nowadays. It's just I don't feel like sifting through the garbage. I don't feel like sifting through the nonsense. Why so serious? It's just my face, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you aside from like I just look angry when I'm not smiling. It's just my appearance. And sorry if you think I'm angry, but it's not the case. It's bad because like I'll walk around in public and like I'll be like, why are these people looking at me so weird? And I'll realize like, oh, I'm just like mean mugging everyone. Like I'm never really upset. I'm never really angry. It's just that's just how I look. I don't know. That's the best I could say. I just discovered Jamiroquai. I think I said that right this week. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it me or is it just like the music that's popular nowadays? I feel like most of it's just popular because people have heard it. Like, it's just if it wasn't on the radio, people would be like, "This is coworker music." Like, I hear no like the reels you hear on Instagram where it's like people are just like, "This is terrible." It sounds the same as stuff that's popular to me. Like, you can't tell me that like Taylor Swift is there's any depth to it. Maybe back in the day, her stuff was like not even like more meaningful, just like better crafted. But the songs that I hear nowadays are just like it's so manufactured. It's so I don't know. It sounds like it was ran through like an AI software, and the music was like Chat GPT written. That's what it comes off to me. Like there's no expressive element to it. There's no push the narrative. There's no like not push the narrative, push the envelope. Like there's nothing about it that's unique. It's just like let's try to appeal to the most people. And I mean, not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but like when you try to appeal to the masses, I think it gets away at the heart of artistry to a certain extent. Yawn? Are you talking about me talking? Wow, that's crazy. Yawning because I'm speaking. What kind of what kind of music is I don't how do you say it? Jamiroquai? I don't know how to say it. I'm like scared to read it. Jamiroquai Kui. I have no guesses. What's the topic today? There's really no topic today. There's never really a topic with me. It's always just random. It's always just whatever flows. I don't really like to plan things because the moment you start planning things is I feel like you lose some sort of authenticity. I feel like there's the spontaneity is lost. Jazz and funk. Oh, that's pretty cool then. Happy to go with the flow. Yeah, I don't know. Like the more I plan things, the more I feel like it loses the creative element of stuff. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely like there's definitely a fine line between no plan, no ideas, and some, but I just like to wing things most of the time. You're saying you're fine? Okay, okay. Dude, but I see there's this big issue I have. Like, I read a lot, but I don't hear it. So there's a lot of words that I try to say that I don't say right. Like, a good example is I used to think it was Albert Camus. It's really Camus. I don't speak French, so I didn't know. And I was just saying Camus for like a good like few months before someone corrected me. I'm like, well, you could have told me that earlier. Same thing with Jung. It sounds like young. Like I'm not gonna. How am I supposed to know it's Jung if like I don't speak it if I don't hear it? So there's like a ton of words that I don't say right because of that because I just read it most of the time. I do the same. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like if I'm not the only one that feels like an idiot about it, then we're okay. Favorite beer? I don't really like beer. I don't really drink. I don't know. After college, I like drank for like another year, and then I was just like, all right, I'm going to the same bars, starting to see the same people. Um, like I don't. I'd rather just like you know do things that I want to do instead of like trying to please other people. So, Paul, I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you? It's just I'm just like laughing because like if someone came up to me and said some bald head, I would just be like, all right, man, that's just like that's such a funny way to refer to people. I'm getting my phone took off because of you. Good. You need to get off your phone anyway. You're turning into an iPad kid. We can't have that here. I hate you. Good. I hate you too for all the times you bullied me. You're not? Yeah, okay. Okay. I believe you. I believe you. I've heard evidence to the contrary, but who am I? Have you ever read multiple books at once purposefully? Yes. What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm like taking a break from a variety of religious experiences because I was getting bored of it. I don't really like to force things. I don't really like to like I don't want reading to become something I don't like doing. So if I'm just not having a good time doing it, I'm gonna take a break and read something fun. You know what I mean? Um, that's it. Glad to hear you're good. I've been alright, just getting drained by work. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like we all have periods where jobs suck, but it's either working your way out of it or working your way up, or remembering what you're doing it for. I have slight OCD, and that would kill me. Yeah, I think you can kind of get rid of OCD. It's just like thought patterns. I probably used to have OCD, and I just kind of got over it. Like I used to be, there used to be like a time where if I didn't wake up and go to the gym, the rest of my day was ruined. And not saying I don't wake up and go to the gym still, but like if I have to go later, if like I really have to change up my schedule, like it doesn't bother me anymore. But there used to be a time where like I couldn't deviate from my schedule that I put in my mind the day before. I think it's just something that you get over with. To be clear, I subbed because you don't discourage free speech. I like that. Yeah, I mean, dude, free speech is I think it's pretty fundamental. Um, it's weird to me that people want to get rid of free speech, especially if you don't like the same people that don't like government overreach want free. Like it's very. I think it's pretty essential because you want people to be able to disagree. Disagreements where the greatest opinions come from because the answer is usually somewhere in the middle. And if you can't disagree, if you can't push back, I don't really think there's a good outlet for ideas. I mean, what some of the most inspiring takes you'll hear is like great philosophers talking about the death of Socrates, where Socrates would rather die than live in a world where you couldn't teach freedom of ideas, teach people to question things. And it's like, I mean, you look at the Greeks even talking about this, and you're like, maybe there's something to this. But I don't know. Do you keep commonplace books? I don't know what that is. What are you talking about? What's up, Moon? Rose blushing? Am I blushing? It's just the lighting, man. It's just the lighting. My name's Apple. Okay. I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to know that, but I'm gonna call you what your username is. Are you Sigma? No. Do people actually refer to themselves as Sigma? Like a journal with things you like from books or things you want to remember. I have like a semi-photographic memory sometimes. Like things that really stick out to me, I can just memorize like that. So, no, I don't. Anything that is, I don't know. Maybe the memories will eventually fade into the background. But like I have a pretty good recall of things that I read, so it's not something I do. Um, how old are you? Don't worry about it. Yeah, you Sigma boy. I'm like this close to banning you for that. Want to be friends? I mean, if you're saying words like Sigma, probably not, right? It's probably like a red flag, right? I was trying to think of the word. Wow, you egg. See, I knew you were a meanie. See, I knew you were gonna be mean to me. How could I be friends with someone that's so mean? I'm not a meanie. You just insulted me. How's that not mean? I'm moving out. Again, I don't know what this stuff means. I called you an egg. Yeah. I mean, why would I want to be friends with someone that insults me? Especially for something I can't control, man. What's up, Gary? We're both eggs. Okay. What's your favorite kind of book you enjoy reading? Honestly, like I wish I had a concrete answer. I think it depends on the like what I'm interested in. Sometimes I like love poetry, but not even necessarily poetry. Something that's like more expressive, something that's more symbolic. And then sometimes I like reading psychology or philosophy. Sometimes it's a mix where you read like Nietzsche, like I just read The Gay Science. It's half poetry, half philosophy. So stuff's like that's interesting. Have you read Manly P. Hall? Yeah, I've read a good amount of Manly P. Hall. I've also listened to a lot of his lectures too. That dude is that's like next level intelligence with that guy. Top three classics. Classics of what? Like literature or not poetry. Literature or philosophy? Because I'm just gonna give you philosophy if you ask the top three classics. Patrick Starr. How do I look at my head isn't that sharp. You say you want to be friends with me, now you're calling me Patrick Starr. That's crazy. Um Top three classics though, probably there's so many answers with that. I would have to give lit classics. Ooh. The Prophet, Notes from the Underground, and I'm trying to think of the third one. I want to say Thus Spoke Zarathustra, but there's definitely one that's slipping my mind. No, I won't say Thus Spoke Zarathustra because the prophet's too similar. What is it? The Trial. The Trial. That was it. Notes from the Underground is a banger. Yeah, that's one of. Dude, it's like it's so funny how like one of the greatest authors just wrote a book that's just schizophrenic ramblings. Like it's just like it's the most Dostoevsky like esque book ever. It's cool, not an easy question. Good choices though. Yeah, dude. I'm happy I said The Trial. I was like, it was on the tip of my tongue, and I was like, that was the one I wanted. What's up, Ashley? How's it going? Dude, Dostoevsky, like, if that dude wasn't a writer, I think he'd be locked up in an insane asylum. Like, his method for creativity is just so funny because literally what he would do is anytime he wanted to write a new book, he would gamble all the money he made. Like every single penny he had, he would just gamble it all away so that he had to like go right. He would be forced to go right. He would like have his back against the wall. It's such a funny story and it makes so much sense to his style of writing and how he could sound so desperate and really capture all of that in his works. I was gonna say something else too. I'm gonna have to go in a few minutes, but this was a cool stream. What was I gonna say? There's something else I wanted to say. Oh, damn, I lost my train of thought. What was it? Oh yeah, there's also the stories of Dostoevsky. He would be like walking around his neighborhood or walking around Russia, like saying all the dialogue in his head and like doing voices and stuff. Like imagine you just run into this like random Russian guy just like babbling to himself and you're like this guy's insane and meanwhile he's just like one of the greatest minds ever. Have you read any Vasily Grossman? No, I haven't. What's his like it sounds so familiar. I'm trying to think. Like, what does he write about? What's the kind of style? Like comparing to something I would know. I also really need to start. I need to read James Joyce because like everything I've heard about James Joyce, I would absolutely love. So, um, I have what is it? I think it's a portrait of an artist as a young man. I have that book on me. I'm gonna get to it very soon. I'm really excited though because the what is he? He writes Stream of Consciousness. and it like evolves as he gets older. It seems so interesting. Ukrainian Soviet writer. Okay, so that guy's gone through some shit. You're saying he definitely has a story to tell. Dude, I need to read Tolstoy. I need to read more Dostoevsky. There's a lot of stuff I need to read. It's exciting how many things there are to read, but it's almost like petrifying because you have so many choices. But I'll get to all of it eventually. It's just like sometimes I feel like I have like ADHD because like I just want to read this, then I want to read that. Like I want to be all over the place instead of like really dedicating a lot of time to one author. Right now I'm like, I mean, for the past like 3 weeks I've been strictly with Nietzsche, so like that's been a lot of my focus. But I think it's time to get away from philosophy a little bit because I've just been so into it. Like it's kind of getting boring. I don't know. That was the same thing. Like I studied like more esoteric, more like symbolic things for a while, and then it just got boring. Been studying philosophy. I think I'm gonna get into literature next, probably. He wrote Stalingrad. What's that about? Is that about like Stalingrad in one of the wars? I'm guessing, or is it a different kind of thing? I don't know. I'm just guessing. The name sounds so familiar. I'm trying to piece together where I remember it from. The bad thing about streaming is I feel like people give me all of these new books to read, and I get excited about it, and I'm like, I need to read this, and like I can't just settle down and like read. It's awesome, but it's like challenging. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'll ever run out of stuff to read. I don't think I'll ever run out of stuff to learn about, and it'll be cool to see like where it takes me, like what I'll end up being interested in most. He's a Red Army soldier. Oh, I bet that's really cool then, dude. Because I mean the Russia's strategy in World War I, World War II was like, yeah, we're just gonna throw as much manpower, and it's gonna be a war of attrition, and we're gonna win because we have more men that are expendable. It's just like, I wonder what experiences come out of stuff like that. Like I just read Man's Search for Meaning, and you're reading about Viktor Frankl like literally like wasting away to nothing, and he gets to sleep in a little bit longer, and he's like, it's such a beautiful day. Meanwhile, this dude is like literally doing forced labor. Like it's crazy. I suppose that can be a bit overwhelming. I mean, it's just I want to read everything people tell me to read, so it's like that's the thing about it. Like I wish I had more time. Like I wish I just could sit down and read all day and then I'd get to everything. But it's just like there's so much stuff. But it's cool because I have like the rest of my life to get to these things. Yeah, sometimes I get too fixated on like one subject. Like philosophy has just been like the obsession I've had for like the past like 6 months. And it's cool, but I feel like I didn't spread it wide enough because I haven't read Schopenhauer, I haven't read Kant, I haven't read Hegel, unless we all die tomorrow. I mean, if we all die tomorrow, then we all die tomorrow. Like, there's nothing we can do about it, so it is what it is. Like, I like to look at it that way. Like, if something happens and it just ends, man. It is, whatever. I don't know. As Nietzsche said, you gotta live your life as if you're forced to repeat it time and time again. If you do that, then nothing else matters. Was it Dostoevsky said something like something along the lines of one moment of love was worth a lifetime of sadness in White Nights, I think. Better read as much as you can in that case. Yeah, I think I'm doing a pretty good job of it already. I really only been reading for like a year or two, but like when I get into something, it's like obsessive. So like, I mean, I don't have as much time as I used to, but it used to be like a book a day, 2 books a day. Like I would, don't get me wrong, they were short books, but like I don't have as much time as I used to, but like it was cool. In that case, I'm gonna go on Bender. That would be kind of fun, just like getting hammered, watching the world end. Like, sounds like it's not a bad way to do it. I feel like an asteroid's gonna hit, you just get hammered and just watch it, you know, before everything goes dark. I'll buy 5 more books that I read. Seriously running out of room. Dude, I got this bookshelf and I filled it like before I could even, like I need like probably like 2 more. And I have a full bookshelf at my house and I can't. Like I don't know what to do with all these books. And like anytime I go anywhere, I'll take like 10 books with me and I'm like, there's no chance I get any of these read. Like why am I taking all these books with me? It's like, I don't know. I guess it's not the worst thing to be obsessed with. I guess there's a lot worse habits to have, but you know, we all have our vices, right? At least sometimes they're good ones. But it's 8:30. Yeah, I probably gotta get going. This was fun doing this though. I don't know what time I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Maybe earlier, maybe later, maybe at the same time. But I hope all of you guys have a good rest of your night. Are you studying literature? No, I just do this for fun. What I'm studying is much more boring. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for you know, having a good conversation. Peace out.